second session for our chapter Food, Where Does It Come From? And in our previous session, we discussed about food and the importance of food, what all roles it plays inside our body. Apart from that, we discussed the sources, that is where all we get food from. We talked about different kinds of ingredients used in different dishes and the food sources basically. So we were getting to know that it comes from largely two sources, plant sources and animal sources. Today the topic of our discussion is going to be to focus on plant sources of food, that is whatever food that we have that is coming from plants. Okay, so to mention the topic of our discussion today, we are going to talk about food coming from plants. Yesterday we had a brief discussion about food sources coming from plants and the ones coming from animals. Today we're going to get a deeper insight into plants. So the food, majority of food is coming from plants. We have different types of food that we get from here. So what all do we have? We have food which includes cereals. What are cereals? Cereals very clearly are wheat, rice, all of these things which we are consuming on a daily basis. We are all having rice almost on a daily basis. We are having rotis, chapatis made up of wheat on a daily basis. Okay, apart from that, plants also give us fruits. Like we studied in our previous section, that fruits are a great source of vitamins and minerals, right? So, fruits are a very important part of our diet again. Next up, we have vegetables. Vegetables again a great source for vitamins and minerals again. So we get all of these different vegetables also from plants. Apart from that, different flavoring agents. What is food without spice? Seriously, especially for Indians. So we have different kinds of spices also that we get from plants. And honestly, these are just this is just a little list. We have so many more products that we are actually getting from plants. Okay, so this is just to give you a brief outline. Okay, fine. So we can just study the different parts of a plant, and we can see that which parts of a plant are used to make which products. We'll just go over with some examples also. We're going to get a deeper insight into the different parts of a plant. Once we study about the plant parts, we'll get to know better about the different parts that are actually used as food. So it's not just that the fruit that is shown in the picture here is used as food. So please don't think that it is only the fruit that we eat. So we'll just start from the top up. Firstly, we have to focus on the broader divisions, that is the shoot system. The shoot system is anything which is above the ground. That is the aerial portion of the plant. So what does the word aerial mean? Aerial here means the part which is exposed to the air, the part which is not under the soil. So the shoot system, as we see, refers to the aerial portion of the plant. On the other hand, the other part of the plant is the root system. Root system is the part which is present underground, that is below the ground. As you can see here, you all must have seen when you pluck grass out, you always get its root in view too. Roots भी निकल के आती है, whenever you're sitting in the park and you're plucking grass out, everyone does that very oftenly. You always see there are roots attached to the base. So the ground portion is known as the root system, and the aerial portion that is in the air is known as the shoot system. So we're just going to go over these parts one by one. Focusing on the root system, let's start from the bottom up then. Okay, so we have the roots. The main function of the roots, as you can see, is given to absorb water and minerals. So whatever water you have here, it is present here in the soil, and it enters the plants through the roots. So the water which is entering into the plant is always coming from the roots. This is like a peat plant thing. Okay. Roots, as you can see, they also help in holding the plant under the soil. That is, they are providing support under the soil. So if a plant is able to stand, it is able to hold itself. That is primarily because of the roots of the plant. Okay, you can see that the roots are not green in color, and that clearly means that they do not perform photosynthesis. They are not green. Okay, let's go up. We have the stem. Stem supports the plant. It also supports and bears out the branches. You can see that there are so many branches which are coming out from your stem. You can see all of these branches here. This is a branch, this is a branch. So we know that all of these branches are coming out from the stem. It also bears out your branches and leaves to support them, right? So the stem, it is the center portion of your plant. It is responsible for bearing out all the other parts. Fine. Then if you see that the red colored thing, probably a tomato in this picture, is being marked out as the fruit. Fruit is known to protect the seeds. Apart from that, we can also say that it is the edible portion of the plant. What do you mean by edible? Edible is anything that you can eat. So most of the fruits we are able to eat. We know, as we have studied in our previous portions, that fruit is a great source of vitamins and minerals. We know that, right? We have studied in the previous class. So we eat a lot of fruits. You know, there are so many fruits that we are consuming on a daily basis. We have mangoes, we have apples, oranges, we have papaya, banana. We all know the great variety available. That is the edible portion. That is what we are eating from the plant. Obviously, we know that they are variously colored. You can see a tomato. By the way, a tomato is a fruit and not a vegetable. So, if any of you got confused by me calling it a tomato, yes, that is a tomato, and yes, it can be a fruit. Okay, so this is the edible part. They are variously colored, and we consume them very oftenly. Then we have the leaves. You can see there are so many leaves being outheld by this plant, right? Leaves' function is to perform photosynthesis. So they are responsible for performing photosynthesis. Photosynthesis is done when you have a green pigment inside the leaves. Leaves are green in color because they have a green pigment. That green pigment will help you in the process of photosynthesis. So when you go over to your higher classes, you will get to know what role does this green pigment play. It is commonly known as chlorophyll. You will get to know how photosynthesis is carried out in plants, and the primary function of this process is to form food. Green plants are the source of food for all organisms. घूम फिर के खाना सबके अंदर इन्हीं से आता है. So firstly, they make for themselves. Vegetarians will directly eat plant products. Any animal is going to eat the plant also. That animal can be eaten by someone else. So indirectly or directly, they serve as the food for all organisms that are present on earth. So this is like kind of like the most important process, you can say, for the entire world, photosynthesis. Right? Next part that is shown in the picture is, or the last part we can say, that is the flower. You can see the flower shown here. Flower helps in reproduction, or you can say that it helps in propagation of a plant. So what does this propagation means? Propagation means that it helps to create more number of offsprings, more number of baby plants. Okay, so it helps in propagation. Flowers need to are very important because they will help in the continuity of a species. They help in the continuity. That is, वो एक के बाद एक plants बनाने में मदद करते हैं ताकि नए plants बने. If these flowers were not there, it is very difficult for these plants to propagate, to form more of their own kind. And then what will happen? Probably a species will go extinct, and then you will not be getting that particular food product, right? So that is one thing. That is why flowers are important. Okay, so it is not just the fruit, as I repeated. All of these different plant parts are eaten by us in different types of food products. So the roots also serve as food, the shoot serves as a food. So it's different for different types. Just to give you some common examples, so we eat the roots of sweet potato. Sweet potato, Hindi में शकरकंदी, it's very common. Sweet potato की जो roots होती है, that is the food product that we eat. So we are actually eating the roots there. On the other hand, potato is a stem. So we are actually eating the stem in the case of potato. Fruits, you all know multiple fruits that are consumed by us. That's just like very basic. We are eating a lot of fruits. Any leaf food that either of you may know. I know there are many, everybody knows many. So what do we have here? For example, we have spinach. Spinach, Hindi mein palak, that is a leaf product. We consume the leaves of spinach, right? So these are just some common examples of what food products we eat from different plants. I hope this classification of plant parts is absolutely clear to everyone. I'm always open for doubts, so any doubts are just very welcome in the chat section here. So here we just had a review of the different plant parts. There are some of the, there are some crops which are very common in our diet. So we can just go over the plant parts that we consume for them. So we'll just start with wheat. Wheat is atta which we are commonly using to make our rotis, right? So what do we eat inside wheat? We eat the grain of wheat. Grain is another word for seed, basically. So we are consuming grains in wheat. Similarly, the same thing we have in rice. So we are also consuming the grain in rice. These are kind of like the staple food products that all of India is consuming very widely. Okay, now there are some plants. For example, you have mustard. Mustard, if commonly said in Hindi, is sarso. So there are multiple plant parts that we are using in the case of mustard. It's not just one part. For example, we have the leaves of mustard which we are using as a vegetable. So we actually make a delicacy out of mustard leaves that we eat, and that is used as a vegetable. Very commonly, just to remind you all, that sarso ka saag. We are all eating that everywhere. Fine. Apart from that, we have the seeds of mustard, seeds which are found inside the fruits. And these seeds are a great source of oil. So they give us oil. That oil can be used for domestic purposes, it can be used for cooking and various other purposes. So this is just to give you an example that there are some types of crops in which more than one part is being used in for edible purposes. Okay, fine. Now I'm just going to add an image to talk about the different types of parts that we are eating in different plants. This is just going to give you an example, this list. Yeah, the image is added, but I think it's a little small. I am probably not able to enlarge it. Okay, I think I can just zoom it. Yeah. So what do we have here? Just some general examples. Firstly, we are talking about the roots. I'll just zoom in a little bit more. Yeah. So what do we have? We have roots. What are we eating inside roots? The carrots, radishes and turnips. These are the common roots that we are eating in our daily lives. Okay. After that, we have stems. Celery and broccoli, most likely vegetables that we are consuming. Leaves, we are eating lettuce leaves. Lettuce leaves very widely added inside burgers, inside salads, and they're very good for health. Then up, we have fruits. Tomatoes, as I said, tomatoes are fruit. We have peppers, apples, cucumbers, and you all know the variety of foods that we have available. And then we have seeds. So we are eating peas. The peas, matar jo hum kha rahe hain, they're actually seeds. Peanuts, which is a dry fruit. So again, we got a new category that we're getting from plants. We're getting dry fruits from plants. Okay. So this table just gave you a brief of just, some common examples of the different plant parts that we are eating. Okay. So now what we have is kind of like an activity to talk about sprouted seeds. Yeah, so we are to talk about sprouted seeds. Now, what are sprouted seeds? So for example, if you take moong seeds, there's an activity that you do with them, and that activity is going to tell you what actually sprouted seeds are. So what do? You take moong seeds firstly, you soak them in water, then you pat dry them using a cloth. Just tap them with a cloth and just soak the extra water from them. Then what you do, you keep them overnight, covered overnight. Now, what are the results of this activity? What happens? So we see that there is kind of like a tiny sprout which is coming out from the seed. A tiny sprout appears from the seed. This is what basically a sprouted seed is, and these sprouted seeds are a very good source of vitamins and all other forms of nutrition. So it's very nutritious for us. That is why these sprouted seeds are very good for health. Just to show you a diagrammatic representation, for example, if this is your tiny little moong seed, what do? You just soak them in water. Then you pat dry them just using a cloth, damp cloth. Damp is a wet cloth. Once you have pat dried them and you have placed them overnight, I'll just show you now what a sprout is. So this is, and you get this tiny little appendage which is coming out from these seeds. So what is this? This is a sprout, and what is this process? This process is known as sprouting. Sprouted seeds are extremely good for health. They have a very high nutrient content, and they are very commonly eaten. This activity is being performed in NCERT, and you all can just refer to pictures from the internet to see sprouted foods. So it's commonly chana, moong. These are the common seeds that show sprouting. And those sprouts are actually very good for health. Okay. Fine, I'm pretty much done with this lesson. I just want to highlight a note here. So what is the note that I want to talk about is that just don't go about eating any part of a plant that you feel is edible. NCERT highlights it like a warning, stating that some plant parts are poisonous. So poisonous plant parts also exist. So you don't have to go about eating any plant part, and you just have to be careful. You have to eat the plant parts which are known. So we just don't consume anything. Okay. So this is what we have in today's class. We talked about the different plant parts. We gave an explanation of the different organs in a plant. We talked about how and in which plants we are eating them. Then we talked about sprouted seeds and how they're a good source of nutrition, right? Yeah, this is about the sprouted seeds. We talked about just some common examples that we are eating. Common examples of vegetables eaten as roots, stems, leaves, and fruits. And wheat and rice, very common staple diet that are actually grains of a plant part that we are eating. And so this whole topic just gave you an idea of plant as food. Okay, this is about today's class. Any doubts are more than welcome, and I hope you all got a greater understanding into how plants are being used as food.